Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Clarence Coggins, also known as Clarence M. Coggins or Clarence M. N. Coggins III, also aka the Crown Prince of Web 2.0.
hmm So, the first question I'm gonna ask you is, how did Van Stone and Philly Funk Radio contribute in your life?
Oh, well, that was really one of my first major radio hosting, co-hosting positions. Basically, I've been doing online material, and Van Stone invited me to co-host a program with him. It was right in the first year of the Obama administration, and it was a wonderful experience. And that's how it impacted me.
Okay, so the next question I'm gonna ask you is, so what made you join Philly Funk Radio and Philly Front Page News?
Yeah, okay. So, and front page news is the best way that I remember it because, like, basically our show was Blend Talk Radio. It was on WVSR, and Van Stone was pioneering the newspaper and the radio station down there in Philly. And basically, it was a chance for us to broaden our horizon on terrestrial radio while different platforms online were really being developed because that was back in the era of AOL. We still had dial up. Streaming was just beginning with things like Ustream. YouTube was just really starting to bounce. And it was a pioneering effort to combine terrestrial radio with internet radio. And that's one of the things that made the whole project so eventful and then such a visionary.
Okay, so you said that you was involved with Van Stone since 2008 around the Obama administration. So the question I like to ask is like, what's your relationship? I don't know, I probably might ask this, but your relationship with Van Stone and how it developed, like especially like since the time you met him or since the time like that you've been around him for the first time.
Well, yeah, that's kind that's kind of like a difficult question because like when you work with a person on a project, you either have good vibes or you have bad vibes. And we basically had good vibes. It was a very productive time. We covered a wide variety of topics. I was a bit more on the conservative side. He was on the more progressive side and balance. And basically, we had other guests who came on who were of different opinions. So it was really a blend of different personalities coming together. And Van pioneered and was able to maintain a very good working relationship with the various members.
Okay, so okay, so what's your like future for like not just yourself, but like for like not just Philly Funk Radio, but Philly Pump Page News and things y'all want to do together, like you and Van Stone want to do together.
Well, I mean, we're looking at the possibility of doing another collaborative terrestrial radio program, which would be carried over the internet. Some of the platforms that we had utilized in the past aren't here anymore, and so we're looking at exploring some of the avenues. That's how we're pretty much looking at working together. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring in even more advertisers to the radio station. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring sponsors, and hopefully, we'll be able to continue to broaden the audience on a global scale. Because back when we first started, that was we were on a global scale.
Okay, so I mean, I really don't have any other questions. Like, you have pretty much answered all my questions for your relationship with Van Stone, the things you've done with him, and the times you met with him. I mean, I do think I might have this one question because he did told me that you lived in New York, but I don't know if they have it in New York. Do you have like any involvements with like reading captains and like how you feel about it, or if you're not involved with it? If like Van Stone like told you about it and what's like the things he do and like he like the things he told you about it and how you feel about it.
Okay, now when you say the repeat the project again.
Oh yeah, I can repeat it for you. Like how you feel. I know you live like in New York City, and they probably don't have. I don't know. They probably do have it, but like, what's your thoughts on like the whole reading captains and like teaching the youth to read more and get them to like, especially before the fourth grade, and like, not just like yeah, like Van Stone's involvement with that and him telling about his involvement with that about you and how you feel about it.
Oh, well, like basically, literacy is one of my primary topics. It's one of my primary passions. That was one of the reasons why I wrote the book series, Danielle, the Girl from New York. And we were looking at actually branching that, bringing that over to translating in different languages, different traditional languages, and publishing it abroad in those languages to help promote literacy. In New York, literacy needs a lot of work. There's a lot of activity that needs to be done in terms of getting our children to be not only literate in the written language, but also literate in technology. And those are some of the key things. I think that it's very important for the grassroots to get involved, like Van is doing, to actually help with bringing the technology and the personnel into the community to help lower income people so that they can actually develop the necessary skills that will be required in this new century. See, before it was okay if you say, for instance, just got went to school, got certified, was able to be approved for this project or that project to work. But now that we have artificial intelligence, it's going to require a different set of skills, the skill of discernment, the ability to understand and comprehend. It's not just push this button, push that button. Yeah, those roles will be there, but those roles aren't going to be the roles that lead to the improvement of young black men, well, young black boys and girls, and young men and women. But with literacy, that most definitely will increase their opportunities. The question then becomes, what do they read?
Okay, thank you very much for this interview. I will repost this on YouTube and I also will have hopefully like some of our interview in my documentary about Van Stone. But thank you very much for participating in this and hopefully we can talk more in the future, whether it's in Zoom or in person maybe. But yeah, thank you.
Well, it's been my pleasure, Tyler. It's always good to hear people who are younger than me who are doing projects where they're trying to capture history. This being Black History Month, it's quite appropriate to do a documentary on Van Stone and the front page news and the radio station WVSR and what was going on in Philly with him and his activities there because Van Stone went through a lot of things in Philly, yet he still thought beyond himself to try to give back to the community because there was a lot of corruption down in Philadelphia and they were working against them.
Okay, thank you very much. But yeah, you can I'm about to end the Zoom meeting. Yeah, thank you.
It's my pleasure. Best of success, and always
Hmm.
feel free to reach out to me. In
Okay,
fact, I'll text you over how you can get one of my contact cards. All right. Hopefully, you'll get one of the free ones and find it useful to promoting your future ventures. Thank you.
okay, thank you. All right.